Hi, thanks for stopping by. I'm GhostPrime, and I want to look at Legacy Evolution Needlenose. I just got this guy in from Hasbro Pulse yesterday, and he's a really good looking figure. There's been a lot of hype about him, and I kind of wondered what the hype was about because he came out at retailers earlier than Hasbro Pulse, and I just happened to have my pre-order through Hasbro Pulse, so I just got it yesterday. And yeah, I guess spoiler alert, I do like him. Now, in Generation 1, he came late, so he didn't actually enter the cartoon at all. I believe he had some UK Marvel comic appearances, and he had IDW appearances, but not much other than that as far as fiction is concerned for this character. He is a Target Master, and he does come with both of his Target Master companions, which is awesome. I'm glad that they're including them now instead of having them separate. Having them separate would just seem like a cash grab to me, being $10 a piece. Of course, there's no articulation. Anyway, please hit that thumbs up button, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe if you're not subscribed, leave me a comment, tell me what you think of this guy, and without any further ado, let's get to the review. Review of the packaging. He's got a really great rendering of him in jet mode right there on the front. Legacy Evolution branding, needle nose on the side. You got his robot mode, close-up head, love that head. And the poster art for Legacy Evolution. On the top, you have the QR code for his stats, which I'll show here. And on the back, 14 steps here and here. It says one step, and I guess it is. You got to fold the gun out. That's really all they do. Evo Fusion, they can connect together. So yeah, that's the Evo Fusion. Otherwise, pretty cool. So getting him opened up and out of the package, he does come with instructions. We all know he comes with instructions. They're nice, clear instructions, so we know what they look like. So he does come with these guys. Now this one I will go ahead and pull off here. Oh, that's on there tight. Well, you're just gonna know. I don't want to ruin it. So these pieces come separated. Look at that focus. This is two pieces, but they fold up like that. They're nicely painted. And this one is actually like fully painted. So getting this piece on was actually sort of scary. I didn't want to chip any of this paint because it is fully painted. It's hard to tell what actually it's molded in. It might even be molded in black. I don't know, but it's fully painted with that black. Maybe a little close up on the sculpt, which looks nice. He's got a nice face sculpt too for being this tiny. And then of course, you get, well, I mean, not of course, but you get the tail piece. And I don't know why this is included as an accessory, because you really don't even need to take it off for transformation or anything. And, of course, you get the figure. So for the figure, this piece here, it also is a weapon of sorts, I guess. But it just plugs into the 5mm port right on the back here. Like that. And you really don't need to move it. And he looks fantastic. He is really nice looking, and that head sculpt is gorgeous. It's way better than G1 head sculpt. It's a beautiful head sculpt. Gotta love the purple and the grays and the blues on this guy. It comes off real nice. And even the purple feet, the different color blues, the gray knees to kind of evoke that Generation 1 toy. On the back, this piece is painted gray, molded in blue, and it's got some real nice metallic teal and silver on there, the Decepticon logos. Really nice looking figure. He does have some hollow bits here, and his legs are hollow back here due to transformation, so that's forgivable. His arms right here are hollow, and not really much else as far as hollowness is concerned. And just to check him out here with his Target Masters armed up, he looks very good this way. I actually really like the way Target Masters look, so this one's cool. There's some waffling you can see on the back of this one. I think it's maybe a little bit of a shame. But overall, I think it really works. I don't have the Generation 1, so here's an image of it so you can compare that to it. I think they do a really good job, and the proportions on the Generation 1 always sort of irked me a little bit. I love the way they did it. How they have the knees be part of the legs, how just the colors like on these two. They look really good together, and I'm going to have to get a Generation 1. Here he is next to Scoop, which kind of works. They're both kind of the mini Target Masters. Here he is next to Point Blank, a more modern Target Master.
So I'm having mic trouble, so this is a different mic. Anyway, take a look at this guy. This is from Scoop. He's an older figure, and they line up perfectly. The height on them is really good. Here is the one from Point Blank. Again, these things actually scale very well with each other. I really like how the four of them look together.
All right, let's move on to articulation. Now he has all pretty much standard articulation across the board. His joints are pretty good. Actually, they're nice. They're not too loose. Some of them are a little stiff. The joint for the waist is pretty stiff, but I think otherwise they got pretty good tolerances on him all the way around. Pretty good. His arms can go all the way around. Kind of move the wing back and forth like this. Kind of do 360 here, 360 at the bicep, full range for the elbow. He has, if I could get there, wrist swivels. Aforementioned waist swivel, which can go 360. You got to kind of move everything around. You can kind of get it all the way around. You got to move away from the hips. Head is on a ball joint, and his leg can kick that high. Go pretty far back if you want to put it out. Go out. See, further than that. Let me get it like that. Mostly due to transformation. One hell of a kick. Knee bend all the way. It's hollow here. So that has to do with transformation. And he has, again, transformation joint, but it still works for a toe and a rocker for his ankle. Oh, yeah. And he has a swivel there at the thigh. So overall, cool. He also has a 5mm point there. His hands, of course. Let's turn this back around how I had it. And not really on the back unless you want to take this piece off right here. I guess you could count this as a 5mm port as well. So transformation, super easy. First thing we're going to want to do is take his arms, and there is a slot right there. If I get that in focus, there's a slot right there, and there is a tab right there, and that tab just slots in there. Now mine does not hold well, so let's see if I can get that on camera. So I push it in, and it pops right back out, and that does that on both sides. That is kind of irritating. So you want to just arm, push it like that. Just kind of see it does on both sides. So then I'm going to take this chest piece and open it up like that. This is really cool, which I'll get into later. Go ahead and push that, the head in, and that actually comes out like that. Then you take these, fold those up, take the arms, fold those in right there, just under the shoulder, and then collapse the chest piece back up like so. We're almost there, actually. It's pretty, like I said, pretty simple. There's actually a couple different transformations with it. So you want to take his legs, turn them in, toes in, and then there is a slot right there and a tab right there, and that just tabs in. They'll slot together. The arms go inside the hollow bit of the leg, like that, on both sides. And we're almost there. Feet come in like this. Then you want to take this whole section and lift it up. I could, there we go. It's on a swivel. And then there's two tabs. See how they don't really stay very well? That's because of those arms. But that's fine. Squeeze them together. Two tabs there, two slots there, and just slot those in so it all holds like that. And then make sure the wings are flat. Take the front nose, cone, put that down, and that actually, the round peg there that goes into the peg hole there. And there he is in jet mode. Now, what I was saying about, let me slot in all the way. There we go. So what I was saying about this piece right here, that's cool because that's where you put the stand. And the fact that they included that on the other side of the head, so when you turn the head around, it exposes the stand. It's kind of a nice little touch. I'm glad they did it. I don't use stands, but those who do, that's cool that you could do that because then you could actually have him on a flight stand. He doesn't have any type of landing gear at all. So if kids do buy this in the future, I can see this part being really scuffed up. Also, these pieces here can attach to Dreadwing. Maybe we're going to get a, I don't know, Dreadwing and BB repaint out of those two. We'll see. So as for these guys, they're already in gun mode, and you can just go ahead and peg them right here. So there's pegs here, and there's 5mm ports on each one of these target masters, and you just go ahead and peg them in. And there is the first configuration for this jet mode. There is something else, and I think it's kind of silly, and I don't understand why it's there. Maybe the Generation 1 did. Like I've said, I don't have the Generation 1, unfortunately, but it's kind of neat you could do it. So you could take this one, and put them together like so. So they're like this. I think maybe like that or like this. Or it's like this. And then there's this long piece in the back right here. You can see this long piece. And what that does is you want to lift this whole piece back up, undo the feet, put the feet out like that. And then under here, you'll see the slots. And those slots slide in just like that. And it has a reverse gun for reasons, which seems weird to me unless you want to hold it like that and be like, shh. I think that's the only real way to do it, I think. I don't know. Well, go ahead and unpeg that and put it all back together. Okay, jet mode comparison time. Here he is with Ramjet, the Generation 2 version, so you get a kind of an idea. He is kind of a small jet, but that's because he collapses really well with those legs. And as always, there he is with Red Sunstreaker, to get an idea of how he scales with him. And why not? Because he's on hand. Voyager class Lugnut from I think this was the Reveal the Shield series from quite some time ago. I do have a review plan for this guy at some point when I get around to it. One last look at the jet mode here. I really dig this. I think it's really good. Some of this paintwork here looks fantastic. Paintwork just really looks good. It shines very nice with it. It's really, really well done. Also, all the paint that matches on this here, actually, I think this piece is molded in blue. So the gray matches this gray of the plastic very well. Red painted on the canopy. And overall, very good. Again, this doesn't really have a serve a purpose to be able to be removed, but that's fine. And he does have that port in the back. And I think that he could add, there we go, blast effects to it. So he could go, so you could actually put him on a stand with some blast effects and make him look kind of good. So in conclusion, he's a pretty cool figure. I'm not really big on the hollow bits here on the arms and on the legs. That's kind of a shame. I wish that they didn't have that there. I understand probably budget concerns. They needed to use it for the guns. I am very glad that they are including the target masters in here nowadays instead of having them separate. I think that is a step in the right direction because you get the whole figure here. So that is a good thing. Even if that these guys are not articulated whatsoever, I'm okay with that as long as they're included and they have some paint on them. Speaking of paint is done very well on this. I really like the colors. I think all the paint is sharp. It's not splotchy. It's done really, really nice. It's painted where it needs to be painted, and the colors really match. I could actually definitely recommend this guy for a collection if you don't have these or you like Target Masters. Definitely pick them up. You won't be disappointed. Love the articulation as well. And anyway, thank you for listening. I appreciate you watching, and please leave me a comment and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'll see you next time.